Hey, welcome back everybody. Sign here again with another episode of my Create Block playthrough. And yeah, it's as near as I can tell, it's running like it should. So we need to maybe get some charcoal started here, right? I'm also going to do a Cobbleworks over here, but for now charcoal is going to be basically it. And oh, you can place it. Oh, that's awesome. What happens if I break it? Just inventory? Okay, cool. All right, sweet. I didn't even tried that before, so that's awesome. I think I tried that a few episodes ago, like way back when. Oh, that's gonna be handy. Oh, and it renders. Nice. I like little touches like that. You know, you can see the tank on the outside that actually renders in. And all right, so I've got just shy of 50,000 logs over here now, and my train is like my tree farm is actually out of render right now. Hey, here it comes. I just got whistled at by a bird. It grabbed a stack logs while I was over there. All right. There is a setting option. Do that right. Simulation distance. Let's go to 16. There we go. I don't really care if I can see more than 8 chunks, but I do want things to work for me without having to chunk load really. So, all right. So I need this stuff here to end up on belts. How am I going to do that, right? I mean, I can do it on just one belt. Radiator fan. I don't have no idea what that's used for, and it has no information attached to it. Fan component, okay. And it has no uses either, so I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. So how do I want to do this? We're going to need power over here. The good news is, I've got this guy. So we're going to need one of those to pair up with that. We do have water wheels in here, and fans don't really take a huge amount of stress. By the way, I tore out my little assembly platform thing there, which is where I got all the water wheels from. All right, let me grab, like, say 2 of you for now. No, not you, but you. Here we go. And we will do that. Oh, why are you? Why didn't you? You know, there are times, right? Just do that. Now let's try it. Hey, now it pulled it through. I don't know why it decided that, oh, well, you don't want the water wheel anymore, and it didn't put it into the crafting grid. I don't know. No idea. So I could use charcoal for running boilers, right? I could feed the charcoal into blaze burners. Or I could just say stuff that and just go straight to biofuel. What other uses is there for charcoal? Right? No, that's fire torch. Charcoal. We can make fire torches with them. Torches, charcoal block from architects, diorium ingot. Didn't that used to be called like something like enchanted gold or something? Cerebral plate. Cerebral block. Oracle block, okay. Flame torch, soul torch. Smoky quartz, and then campfire, okay. Turn into black dye. Turn into black dye. Apparently, there's no output for this recipe. But there is for that one. Cool. We can make gunpowder with it. Sulfur, charcoal, and nitrate. Nitrate comes from dirt. Okay, interesting. Sulfur comes from sulfur or distilling oil. will give us diesel, sulfur dust, and bitumen. Cast iron distillation control. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things I can play around with. And then thermopneumatic processing plant to make molten plastic. Okay. I can use coal for that, though, as well. But charcoal would not be a bad thing to have a lot of. So, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do, like, one fan for charcoal and that's it? I have a feeling one might not be enough is the issue, right? Yeah. Let me see here. All right. I think I've got this set up to how I want it. I'll put that there so I can get up and down easy. So I went ahead, did two... Oh, I'm on fire. Kind of. My backpack is protecting me. So yeah, do not get in the way of this. It will hurt. The only thing I need to do now is I need to switch direction of these funnels. Let me go ahead and turn off my magnet. But what I've done is I've got power being generated here by these large water wheels. Going to a rotational speed controller here, which is then powering encased chain drives so that both of these turn the same way. Now we're only using 512 stress right now. And we're, we've got that much left over. So this will work out perfect. We're doing two more of these for like a Cobbleworks. So train comes in, drops everything off. It goes into what's now a controller there, which is linked to this drawer here. These funnels, whenever I flip them over, will start dropping logs onto the belt. Should be a stack at a time. Now it's going to feed into both belts at the same time because I've got a bit of a backlog going. So, there we go. And there we go. Yeah. It will set you on fire if you're not careful. And so the reason I have the belts, or the fans here blowing down the length of the belt, is that gives me the maximum time to get the charcoal turned in, or logs turned into charcoal. Now, I'm also using drawers down here that are locked to charcoal. I need to get some upgrades in here, but that's fine. Okay, are you going to actually give me a decent amount of wood now? No, I'm thinking my tree farm might be not working right now. The train can run through unloaded chunks. I don't think that counts as loaded chunks or not. Okay, let me go ahead and at least claim all this. There we go. And let me go ahead and give these a whack, right? And now we're going to see charcoal going down the belts. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. Oh, well. And you see that the particles are going all the way to this funnel here. And it stops. Now here shortly, we should see that log turn into charcoal. Taking a bit longer because, well, it's a stack. Hey, there it goes. And now we've got charcoal. All right, let me pick you up. Let me grab you. Thank you. Let me put those away. Let's go check on our tree farm. Nothing else, I should probably claim it, so that way if a creeper does blow up over here, then I don't have to worry about a big gaping hole appearing in my tree farm. Well, honestly, it's really not going to do a whole lot besides slow it down a bit. From what I've noticed, create contraptions seem to be immune to explosions, which is kind of nice. And wow. Yeah, so the contraption wasn't working, but the trees were growing. Go figure. All right, let me claim this, but not those. It's kind of interesting, but slopes and corners do not show up on the mini-map. Weird, huh? So you are at... You're empty. Oh, wow. So the train actually managed to grab everything and move it over already. It's just simply because this wasn't actually loaded that it wasn't working. So let me load the chunk that the contraption itself is centered in, and I think that should be fine. You know what? We're going to load that one too. All right. Because that's the chunk that the drawers are in. Oh, it stopped just shy, didn't it? Okay, we got another 500 logs, 500-ish logs in here. There we go. And we've got a stack of logs sitting up there waiting for the train. There we go, 500 logs, plus all that stuff there. Very good. And it looks like our train is probably somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. It is currently dropping stuff, or picking stuff up from the sifters. Then it's going to come over to here. It's going to drop all sorts of stuff off over here. We've got an absurd amount of gold. We've got 25,100 raw gold here. Now, if I was to run this through crushing wheels, crushed raw gold, then we run it through bulk washing, we get a 50% chance of getting nether quartz out of that. So we're going to end up with just a ton of quartz eventually. So I should probably do a little bit of speeding up here and there throughout so that items move, faster on belts. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But I think everything should be working as is. Now I just need a way to get that charcoal into my storage system. Yeah, that's going to be kind of fun. We do have ender drawers. Right. These guys, ender drawers from functional storage. Requires an ender chest, so that's a good amount of obsidian. It requires one ender chest per drawer. But you can link two of these together and use them to move items around as well. It's not quite the same as an ender storage ender chest is, but it should do the job. Or I could just storage upgrade those drawers a good amount and hold off until I can get drones, and then I can have drones from Pneumaticraft flying stuff around my base as well. Which seems like fun. I might do that in the future for farms and stuff like that. Just keep the train set up exactly like it is for right now, and have drones take care of the rest. Okay, now we're dropping stuff off over here. 12,000 raw iron. Wow. Yeah, we're once I start processing everything, we're going to be good on resources. All right, so I think I've got it set up. I do need to do something with this setup here. This is just this was a temporary stopgap measure. And depending on how I use lava in the future, like per obsidian generation, I'm going to need a lot more lava than this can produce. I love watching the little Drigme just wander around and keep an eye on the animals. All right, so I got that set up. Let's go take another look at it again, just in case somebody wants to replicate this. And It's a very, very basic system. And honestly, if you're not trying to keep it as... We're already full. That did not take long at all. Cool thing is, these scaffoldings work just like vanilla ones. You can walk through them. You can climb them like ladders. But yeah. So you can see here that the belts are just full of charcoal now. Which is kind of sort of fine, temporarily. But yeah, we have power coming in. And it doesn't matter how you get it sped up, but use the encased chain drives to make sure that the fans are all blowing the same way. Because you want them blowing through the lava and then down the belt. And then as long as you have a drawer, or if you want to go more expensive, you can use the brass funnels with a filter on them, which works better for like ore processing. That way I could have that filter set up for everything but the crushed ores we're going to produce over there. Actually, what I would do is I would blacklist the crushed ore, and then have everything else go into like a vault or something to be transported into the main storage system. But if you're only doing a single item like this, then just a regular andesite funnel on a drawer or any sort of locked inventory will do just fine. Because, yeah, the funnels are smart enough to be able to deal with that. And then after that, it's just whatever you want to do. I need storage upgrade stuff now, though. Alright, so we are pretty much caught up on the charcoal. Yeah, we are. It's a lot faster than my tree farm is. That's okay. It's fine. I'd rather over-engineer things and not have to worry about them in the future. You know, here, let me make sure that this is actually working like it's supposed to. There we go. I had it turned down to 8 chunks when I was using shaders, so... I can't see really the tree farm, but it's... Yeah, we can see it. Okay, cool. Just to make sure that everything's working fine over there. We are looking at like 54,000 logs now versus the 48,000 at the start of the episode, so it's obviously working. But then over here, I've got stone and smooth stone set up, and stone is relatively easy. We just have an extruder, making cobblestone, it's dropping into this drawer just for a buffer, and to make the right angle turn without a problem. Dropping cobblestone here, smelting it into stone, going into the drawer. Easy as can be. Smooth stone's a pain. Because... on create belts, okay, I just got set on fire. That's great. Here, let me jump over to here. Something can only be smelted once on a belt. And what I mean by that is you can turn cobblestone into stone, and then create will no longer let it be smelted, so it doesn't mess up your recipes or whatnot, right? However, whenever you do want it to smelt twice, you have to get, well, creative. So, what I've got over here is being set on fire yet again. I have to get perfectly between these two, otherwise I get caught by the fans. And then I get set on fire and I get blown all around. So what I have it doing is I have it making smooth stone here. And what it's doing is it's riding a belt, and that'll drop cobblestone on this depot. Whenever it becomes stone, it gets picked up by this funnel and put into this drawer. Okay, and I'm on fire again. Right, and then I have a drawer controller here dedicated to this. And that is pushing it back onto this belt, which, because of how this is set up, this is a second belt now. And so that resets the smelter, or smelting operations, or what do you want to call it, which allows us to turn stone into smooth stone. This is about the most compact way I could think of doing this. Normally, in a situation like this, what I would do is I would have it go into like a chest or a barrel, and then back onto the belt again. And that way you can actually do it with one long continuous belt, but the chest or what have you is going to block the fan, so it won't smelt in the second half. So yeah, slightly problematic there. So that's why I have it set up this way, so it gets picked up and then put back down onto the belt. The depot is here just to make sure that it becomes stone before it moves past into this section here. Because I could do it with just, you know, a single belt, have it pick it up and drop it off, if I was guaranteed that it would smelt into stone before it got to here. And the thing is, the belt is short enough. Yeah, you can see how long that cobblestone has to sit on that depot for before it smelts. So, yeah, slightly problematic. Also, I had to add a windmill to gain more torque, because these fans are running at 256 each, and I have 4 of them, and we have 1,024 total stress here in this wind or water wheel setup here. Oh, really? I've seen that on my map before, and I didn't realize what it is. It's a freaking ocean monument. Huh, cool. All right. I haven't had my render distance turned up high enough since I built this platform, and that's like, oh, look at you. So that gets us, we have our charcoal now, we have stone and smooth stone. This is mainly just for building, honestly. All right. Same with the stone, really, when you get down to it. This is just for, like, building supplies. However, we are going to need to get into, I want to make sand and gravel as well. And maybe have one of these just dedicated to cobblestone. Because right now all my cobble has been coming out of that extruder setup over there. And what I can do, because somehow it produces cobble. Actually, let me look at extruders, right? So if we go to cobblestone, wherever you're at in here. Here we go. 40% chance. Die rate's only at 20, so actually that explains everything right there. I'm going to say for some reason we're making more cobble than diorite, and it's because the percentage chance is literally double on the cobblestone. So every once in a while I'll come over here and I'll just grab cobble out of this drawer, which we need to do again, looks like. And then I'll just drop it off into my storage system. And then I got, you know, cobble in a drawer down there, a compacting drawer, because we do have compressed versions. And I'll occasionally come over here and I'll be like, okay, give me that, would you? So, I mean, it's nothing too major. I need 2 more extruders, and I need 3 mills for the most compact setup I can get. I can use crushing wheels, but crushing wheels take up a lot more space than a millstone does. And I should have the mill still, right? Wow, let me see if I can actually just type. Yeah, I have exactly 3 mills. Okay, cool. And it looks like our train's back over, dropping wood off. And hey, look at, we have wood back on the belts again. And there goes our train to go drop off other stuff, pick stuff up, move it around, so on and so forth. So the train is working amazing. That is not going to be an issue at all. Until maybe I start moving this stuff around too, by train. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with that though or not. It wouldn't be all that difficult, because I could just hook these drawers all up to a drawer controller, and then have a drawer controller hooked up to like an inventory interface over here. I would just need to add another station. The problem would be, is that between here and where stuff enters the system, I have like 3 stations. I have the gravel station, I have the sifter station, and then I have the sifter output station. And then the station after that is where I would drop all the items off at. The saplings and sticks aren't much of a problem because we're not really turning out tons of those, but it would really kind of mess things up for a bit, moving like 54,000-ish charcoal. And then we've got like 1,200 stone and whatnot, so... Not sure if I'm going to do that, or if I'm just going to let everything back stuff over here, because there's plenty of storages and whatnot, until I can get drones up and running. I may just do that instead, because drones are fun anyway. In which case, I'll have the drone pull from the drawer controller and move it over to that drawer controller over there. Alright, so I have the extruders I need. I have the millstones I need. I need... probably some more sails, because I'm going to beef up this windmill here. And that way I'll have enough stress to do a couple more extruders with millstones. Power all that. And at that point, unless I decide to make glass, I'm okay. For glass, I may put that onto more of an on-demand thing than on a constant production. I mean, I'm going to need a good amount of glass, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to use. It's kind of the question of the thing, right? This shouldn't be too terribly hard to set up, though. All right, so as you can tell from the cacophony, whatever, the noise. There are some words that I just cannot pronounce. Cacophony? I think that's it. We have gotten gravel and sand set up. Now, if I'd gotten one block higher, then I could have had this set up a little bit better, but this is fine. So we have 2 extruders dumping into a mill on each side here. This mill, whenever it gets an output, just drops it straight into these chutes and down into this drawer. This mill drops in, or shooter drops into mill, chute into another mill. And so that goes cobble to gravel to sand, and then sand, it gets hoppered into this drawer here. If I wanted to like even this up a bit, I could put another hopper. You know, actually, I imagine I have one on me, don't I? Yeah, I got 3. Okay. That's what I could do. Okay. I'll do that, right? Not the glowberries. I still need to set glowberries up somewhere. There. Right. There. At least now they're, like, balanced and even. But that's... It's vertical, but it's a pretty basic cobblestone setup, right? Let's see, you're doing pretty good about not backstuffing. Same with you. It'll backstuff once these are full, but at the same time, that's going to be 49,200 of each whenever this is finally full. So it's going to run quite a while. And when it backstuffs, it's fine. We're done. We don't have to worry about it. Everything will just come to a halt. That's the great thing about Create, is unless you screw up badly, everything just shuts down on its own. Everything goes into pause. So you don't have tons of items flying around in the world. As long as you have it set up somewhat properly. And then to get power down here, we just have our encased chain drives running even further over. And then I just put a vertical gearbox here to power some cogs to, you know, do all this. And mills can transfer power through them. That just makes things even easier. You are currently at 4096 stress. Do I have a stressometer on me? I'm kind of curious to see... I don't have one on me. Is it in here, maybe? Yes, there it is. I'm curious to see how much more stress I have access to here. 512. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. Means I could hook up one more extruder if I wanted just pure cobblestone. Which is an idea. That way I don't have to manually move cobblestone around anymore. Alright, easy as can be. We now have a drawer for cobblestone. Also, I went ahead and upgraded these. So, that's just outputting cobblestone into chutes, hopper into the drawer. And, yep, easy as can be. This is all set up, ready to go, doing great. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. Got a bit more done this episode than I thought I would, but it's a lot quicker if I don't build this stuff on camera. Especially the frickin' smooth stone one. That one took me a little bit to figure out. Not gonna lie, that one was kind of annoying. Also, water physics in Minecraft. Why you do this? Everything was fine until I put that water source block there. Now this water here is trying to join up to it, so it looks odd. But I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. Thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, Sign signing out. Have fun.